Every single one of Chief Basuda Attah's older children was made to recite those lines almost as often as we did the Lord's Prayer. And they were to become the principles by which we were to live our lives. Lowly toil, simple pleasures, bold and brave endeavors prosecuted with determination and commitment, contentment, peace of mind, and gratitude always for blessings. With those lines, which you will find at page 2 of the book that you are here to present, I welcome all of you to this occasion. And I want to particularly thank the chairman of this occasion, His Excellency Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, GCFR, for agreeing to sacrifice his own birthday to come and chair this occasion. I thank the book launch committee led by Godness Igali, Dr. Godness Igali, and all the other members, and all of you who have come. I believe you will enjoy what Dr. Dele Shobawale's name has not been sufficiently emphasized at this occasion. It took him 13 years to put this book together. Not because it was a particularly difficult book to write, but every time we wanted to launch it, something happened to delay it. And he wanted to add more, and of course, without meaning to sound like I always insisted that only the best will do. So thank God that today we're able to present this book. But please permit me to tell you that there are 2 simple stories about my life that you will not find in that book. And with your kind permission, I'd like to tell you those 2 short stories. The first, I'm telling you this because for me it illustrates what Nigeria is and the character of Nigerian people. The first happened exactly 50 years ago in 1975. Inter-Designs Partnership had been established. I was the one running the operations of Inter-Designs from his head office in Kaduna at the 10-story building, which was a prestigious office building. It was called the 10-story building. I was owned by the NNDC, New Nigeria Development Corporation. And people were lining up to have space in that space. And the secretaries that worked in that office have formed themselves to an elite group of very snobbish people. And we occupied the 7th floor. And on the 8th floor, there was a British firm of structural engineers with whom we had worked frequently on several projects. I had a car that would take me to work every day. But the British engineer that ran that office on the 8th floor rode his bicycle to work every single day of life. Whether it was raining, whether it was summertime, whatever, he would ride his bicycle to work. Then one day something happened. I went to work. I sent my car for servicing, expecting that I would come back before I would go for lunch. And lunchtime came. I didn't see my car. I was a bit panicky because I was to come back and prepare for a serious meeting with a client. So I went up to the 8th floor and said to this engineer, please can I borrow your bicycle to go for lunch? He kindly obliged. He came down and changed the bicycle and took it. I rode to work. I rode home, had my lunch, and came back. And shortly after I got back in my office, my secretary came in, fidgeted for half a second and went out. A short while later, she came back, fidgeted around for a bit longer and went out. By the time she came back, I said, listen, what's wrong with you? Well, is something wrong? I'm trying to prepare for a meeting here. That was the alarm bell. She burst out crying like it was something has happened seriously to her. I rushed over and said, what's happened? When she was able to talk, this is what she said to me. Sir, why have you disgraced me like this? I asked, what have I done? Say, all my friends are laughing at me. They say, my guy rides a bicycle. That tells you how Nigerians see their big men. But this British officer was riding that bicycle every day to work, but it didn't matter. But I'm a Nigerian big man. How can I ride a bicycle? The second story started, in fact, 9 years earlier, in 1966. I had just finished in Colombia. My wife, whom I had married in England the year before, was big pregnant. and had bought tickets for us to come home. But there was all this in the media that there was trouble in Nigeria, it could lead to civil war and so on. So I told my wife, look, we can't go home in this circumstance. Let us go to Barbados. That's where you come from. We can stay in your father's house. You have the baby. When things settle down, we go to Nigeria. So I went off to Barbados, got a job with the firm of Robertson Watts, a prestigious firm that developed the Sandilands Estate and the Sandilands Hotel. And the first thing they assigned to me was to add 25 rooms to Sandilands Hotel. Now, those of you who read Forbes or Fortune magazine will know that Sandilands, I don't know if they still do it, but they used to start advertising the inside cover of Forbes and Fortune magazine. It was one of the very, very few 7-star hotels in the world at the time. So I felt very proud that I added 25 rooms extension to this hotel. Now, fast forward to 2002. I am the governor of Akwa Ibom State. I take my wife and my 2 children to Barbados on holiday, as I used to do quite frequently before. And being governor, High Commissioner in Trinidad came and welcomed me and had royal treatment at the airport and so on. And she spent the night in Barbados. We exchanged phone numbers. She went back to Trinidad. 3 days later, frantic call from this lady. Please, 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 are you still on the island? I said, yes, we are. I hope nothing is wrong. No, 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 there's a problem. She understands that our first lady, God rest her soul in peace, the late Stella Obasanjo, was coming on holiday to Barbados, and there was no flight to bring her from Trinidad to Barbados. Would we please kindly go to the airport to receive her so that she would at least have a reception at the airport? So gladly we went to the airport, received Stella. She came with a sizable number of people. After the airport ceremony, I asked her, where are we taking you, Your Excellency? She said, Sandilands Hotel. Out of assignment. I said, you are going to my hotel, meaning the hotel that I had designed. Well, after a few days, she left the island. 2 weeks later, I came back to Nigeria, and there was an invitation from EFCC to come and explain her own Sandilands Hotel in Barbados. So that tells you the type of Nigeria that we have. So I want to tell you that the same story that I would have loved to tell you, there's a hint of it in the book. And if you go to, what page is it? If you go to page 18, no, chapter 18, page 341 of tributes in the book, there's a particular tribute called, Oga, are you still doing this thing? It is written by somebody who knows me well and knows that I made an attempt, a successful attempt, thank God, to return to my profession of architecture and town planning after I had left office. But it tells the story of all the abuses and humiliation and insult that I received. And one of them actually asked me, Oga, were you not governor? Why are you still doing this thing? So if you, since our chairman has referred you to Words on Marble, please let me also refer you to Words on Marble at page 8 of this program. If you read number 21, my answer to that question was, I was a professional in politics, not a professional politician. If Jimmy Carter could return to his peanut farm after being the President of the United States of America, I feel no compunction whatever about returning to my profession as an architect and town planner after my tenure as governor in Akwa Ibom State. I want to believe that someday we in Nigeria will get our priorities right when we would have woken up to a democratic new dawn, and then Nigeria will be great again. Thank you very much for coming.
Are you tired of clapping?
So we'll introduce but he will quickly do some recognition. Great.